Alright, folks, we're back, but one sec. I just gotta rub my eyes, actually. I made the mistake of yawning as we were coming back. Oh, get a big stretch in off camera, too, so you guys can't make fun of me. Yeah! Oh, so good. I shouldn't have unmuted my mic. Alright. We are actually back now. Oh, it's Apollo who's joining us. We've lost poor Zombie Grub to the great Nugget fight of 2017. Yo, if you had to do a voice for Apollo, what would you do?
I can't do voices.
Okay. But if you had to do a voice for Apollo, what would you do?
No, I'm not. I don't know. I never thought about it before.
Okay. You're misunderstanding what I'm asking here. Like, I'm not asking you to do a voice, but I mean, like, in your head, Apollo the cat, he's talking. Is it goofy? Is it serious? Is it high? Is it deep? Like, what kind of voice does Apollo have in your mind? That yawn was pretty cute. I want you to just dangle like a fish above his head and give it to him. Like the way he's sitting.
He's looking at the hermit crabs, which is perfect.
Yum.
I don't know. I really don't know. He's always such like a kid to me because he's such a little babby. So.
Isn't he old?
He's 5 years old, but he's such a little baby. Like, he always wants to be cuddled and comforted, and
ain't nothing wrong with wanting to be comforted and cuddled.
yeah. I'm not saying there is. So, I don't know. What do you think?
I don't know.
What does Millie sound like?
That's an unfair question because she's not here. I can't look at her.
Well, I could look at her, then I know.
Yeah. Anyways, just to update you guys on what's going on here. Sorry, I was waiting for the brackets. We are in the losers bracket finals now of the North by Northeast Gameland Invitational European Qualifier. The winner of Ziggy versus Awers will play against Seoul in the grand finals of the tournament. Now, because it's double elimination, Seoul will have 2 best of 3s to fall back on. So, if Seoul wins 1 best of 3, it's all over and we're done and we'll say see you later. If he loses, he'll have another best of 3 to go through with. Either way, it's one of these 3 remaining Terrans that will make it to the event in Toronto, June 16th through 18th. Now, I remember we were talking about this yesterday, and somebody corrected me, but I've already forgotten. I'm pretty sure it's Young Dundas Square, not Dundas Young Square. Hang on, I'll Google this. Yeah,
Sounds right to me.
Young Dundas Square. If you guys haven't seen it, this place looks awesome, and they've had some stuff there before in the past. It is this gigantic plaza. It's often referred to as like the Times Square of Canada. It's a really cool place. We went through this place to go see Star Wars when we were living in Toronto last year.
Yep.
It's a really nice looking area, so I'm very excited to do the event there. But for those who don't know, the TLDR, North by Northeast, I think it's like a music and arts festival, and they're including some gaming stuff this year, which is cool. StarCraft being part of that, so hopefully you guys have enjoyed the qualifiers through last night. They were long and grueling, and I think like 6 hours or something, but this one, a little bit shorter, a little bit sweeter, and we're almost at the end.
Yeah, it was 6 hours. If you look at the website, they like split it up into literally like arts, music, and videos.
Yeah. So I don't actually think there's... I was talking to them about this, right? So there's like a tab at the top you can go to look at the games. But I don't think it's actually set up fully or properly yet or something like that.
Not.
Yeah, so that'll come in in the upcoming days.
I was saying that it's just kind of a weird way that I don't know of any other way of doing it, like any other festival doing it this way. Like, they literally split it up like 3 days to each kind of category type deal.
I think it's really cool. I like it.
Yeah.
Well, folks, we're getting into game number 1. This is the losers bracket final. So we got this playing out. The winner plays Seoul, and that could be the end of the tournament. Very close to the end. In the top left, he's about to get proxied, though. It's the blue Terran player, Awers.
Jesus, right up against that ledge. In the bottom right is the yellow Terran. It is Ziggy. This could be brutal. There is a Reaper ledge on Odyssey, and yeah, it's right up against it.
Yeah, Ziggy... This is such an abusive build if you catch somebody off guard with it. And ours is not SCV scouting initially, so as he sends one out now, he might still catch this in time to recognize what he needs to do. But truthfully, like, the best thing you can do is minimize losses while you get a Cyclone out. That Cyclone will take care of most of your Reaper problems afterwards. And if I recall, wasn't ours the guy who was leaning towards mech before?
Yes, they played 3 games, and he played mech in every single one. There was a proxy Reaper build that he abruptly left that game. I think that's how it started off last series. So it's kind of like deja vu again. And that's, I think, the only reason he's bothering to SCV scout. Usually if you one base open, like, there really isn't a reason to, because almost every single one base opener has 2 Reapers into a factory, and then you just get the Cyclone once you see the Reaper is a little bit too fast. But just really wanting that confirmation, SCV scouts and sees, like, hey, he's proxying.
It's also, I think, a key difference, because some tier players like to throw it on the reactor really quick, and if you do that, you're just dead because you don't have any production. So Reaper comes out, there's no Marines, doesn't waste time with it, and he's able to fight Reaper on Reaper for now. But, of course, this gets a little bit worse as time goes on, and the numbers bulk up for Ziggy.
Yeah. I think it was that ours, like, really, he had that SCV scout, I think, in that first game, too, where he engineering bay blocked, if you recall. And, we talked about how if they took a lot of damage from the Reaper proxy, it was that his decisions afterwards weren't the greatest. Spending money on engineering bay and the missile turret he didn't need, and then having that one really weird Cyclone attack.
Now he's dancing through SCVs, and this is actually kind of dangerous. One of the Reapers goes down.
Yeah, I really like that pull in the SCVs. I mean, the Reaper ledge is abusive, but what really makes Reapers abusive is when they have 2 ledges to make you decide which one to go to. This one is very obvious, so the SCVs added a little bit of a nice punch.
Well, scouting barracks was something he did last time too, but he brought his other barracks home when he gave up the... There we go. Now bringing it back home.
Yeah. Ziggy plays bio still.
Oh, this could be tough. He might have a Raven out in time, but he's producing nothing from the factory, so issue now lies in the fact that these Reapers... Oh, I love he's going to block out the starport. That's so dirty.
I like this better than engineering bay. This is going to be so brutal. He's going to get the Reaper to move.
Oh, he's not paying attention
because
he's focusing over here.
He's not losing the Reaper, so...
Well, I guess, yeah, the SCVs are funneled in a terrible way. That's game. I thought Ziggy was going to run away with this one for the proxy, but I guess not. Ours ends up defending and deflecting well.
The next map is Defender's Landing.
All right, well, we'll see how Defender's Landing plays out. Maybe a little bit better, maybe the same proxy. Shrug. I don't know.
Z relogged. So.
Need some minute. That's fine.
Totally.
Yo, Apollo's very boring sleeping like that.
Well, Nugget's in a pretty boring sleeping position too.
Yeah, it's almost like there's a third option.
There's not.
You shaved for this though, Zombie Grub. People can see your beautiful face without a beard.
No.
Well, we'll be.
Well, my hair does look quite good today.
I disagree.
Fuck you.
I mean, you can't prove me wrong when we're staring at Apollo. So I can disagree all day. I can
You
dance all day.
disagree. You were looking at me.
When does... Oh, today's new mutation, isn't it?
Yeah, apparently it's super difficult.
Really? What is it?
Like, the most difficult one.
People are saying last week's was difficult, but yo, we kind of like rolled through that one.
Well, yeah, but they weren't saying it was more difficult than anything else. Like, CTG really likes co-op, and he's saying it's by far the most difficult one he's ever done. It's on Oblivion Express, which isn't like too terrible a map, but it's Blizzard, Void Reanimators, and Void Rifts.
No, Void Rifts. That's all you need to make me hate it. Right there. Void Rifts are the automatic out. The automatic no thank yous for like every co-op mutation.
I think it is just one of those mutations that really snowballs quickly.
Oh my god. I just realized that map is already really tough to navigate around. I think the worst one though is Night of the Dead is really hard to play with Void Rifts. Nate and I did some custom versions of that, and that was really painful because you can't reach out and get to the Void Rifts. You can't fight through the infested to get there. Ziggy logged off, by the way, guys. We're assuming it's a relog to fix something. He didn't actually say anything, So I don't want to assume it's a rage quit and force a forfeit or a walkover, but that was a pretty bad loss. If he doesn't come back in the next few minutes, we will just move on without him because we are here at the end of the tournament and I don't want to be sitting around 30 minutes waiting. Yes, it'll be a little bit abusive and punishing to do that, but unless we get like a tweet or a message or something,
Yeah.
we're not going to sit here waiting for no reason. So we'll give him a few. Hopefully it won't take too long. We'll go to commercial break here really quick. When we get back, if he's still not back, we'll try and decide what to do. So see you guys soon.